Welcome in, folks, to the Can't Wait Kick It podcast. I am the individual that is Michael. Along with me is the individual named Chuck. How's it going,
I
Chuck?
am I am that individual. It's we are our own people.
we are. We are. We are we today.
Well, are we our own people or are we part of a collective hive mind
I think it's a hive mind. It's
that's
pretty
that's for
crazy.
happiness?
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, we're talking about Pluribus, Apple TV, new Vince Gilligan show, guy that did Breaking Bad. It's amazing. We'll get there. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, been good catching up on TV. Lot of stuff on TV now. We added Landman uh, last night, Sunday night, one
Pluribus.
of the two. Incredible. We've been watching It, Welcome to Derry, The Chair Company, Pluribus. That's new. There's a couple other things I'm watching. You're watching. Let's just go through the roundup. How
Yeah.
what other let's not start with Pluribus because that to me is like a Severance level TV show. That is some
Yeah.
good stuff. Um, Landman's back. How you feeling about Landman?
It's the funniest show on TV, and I don't think it's, intended to be funny,
Yeah,
but it's fucking hilarious. And it's basically paid for by the American Petroleum Institute. Um, like
it's true.
it's ridiculous. But Billy Bob Thornton is amazing. I don't think I had a smile on my face the entire first episode because it's back.
Yeah,
Um, we have some joy in our lives again, and we get to see the absurdity um, of a campus visit to TCU. Um, the absurd speech by the new head of the oil company, after John Hamm's death
yep.
last year, and
Demi Moore's
by
taking
new
over.
head Demi Moore.
Yep.
And then um, the I thought it was really cool. The actual it looked real of like the people doing the work in the
Yeah,
oil well.
running the pipe.
So
Yeah,
running a
I,
pipe down the hole.
it was a good scene. I
Uh,
like the chain slinging. That was good. It's better than
yeah,
cranking a wrench in the wrong direction, as they did in the first season. Um,
yeah. I think there was a probably some people from the API there to show them how to do it. I mean, those guys look like actual freaking
yeah,
you know
Roughnecks.
roughnecks. So yeah, what's your thoughts so far?
I'm
One
with you.
episode.
I had a smile on my face the whole time watching it. To me, more getting up there, telling them, "I run the company now. Enjoy the lunch that you mother effers paid for." Um, and then his daughter trying to get into TCU and basically telling the like counselor like, "I want to go here because it's not frowned upon for cheerleaders to date athletes." Couldn't stop laughing at that. And then obviously the fight that Ali Larder and Billy Bob Thornton had over dinner over cacio e pepe, and he just tells her like the only thing to diffuse her is that her like rack looks great in like that
Yeah.
tight bra, and she immediately deflates. And I love it. Everybody else just like grabs her plate and like runs like two cups. Like I can't remember his name, Dale or
It,
whatever. Just like
yeah.
is like the biggest shit talker. And he's like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah. And the son's like, I'll see you later, Dad. Like you run out of the house, like
They're like
everybody
ducking for cover
disperses.
under the table. He's like,
Uh,
"I'll call you later."
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's wild. And I in the scene I love because they were talking about, she has Calco a Pepe with white truffle, and they go through the whole thing about finding truffles and the cost of the truffle. And Billy Bob's like, I'll take like $680 worth. I
I
lost
couldn't
it. I was
stop
like, it's just
laughing.
so, yeah.
She's like, "You want some?"
There,
He's like, "Yeah, give me about $600 worth." And then she like
yeah.
throws his plate. He's like, "I was that close to tasting it." It's so funny how chaotic it is. It's such a great show.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah. And then
It's fun.
so
I mean,
Sam
TV shows
Elliott
should be
gets
fun too.
introduced as Billy Bob's dad, and apparently Billy Bob's mom dies. But I think it's funny how like his son I guess Cooper, yeah, is like now running a rig of his own off of a lease that he like paid for, and he just immediately like hits. And everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, good job!" And it's just like, where's the struggle?
Yeah. And he's like, I'm, explaining to his girlfriend, it's like, we're gonna make $800 million on this. Like, I mean, it, yeah, it's just like he
If it were
went
that easy,
from,
I'd be out there digging right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, he is Billy Bob's son. He has it in him. He has
He's
that
got,
dog in
yeah,
him.
he's got the instinct. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it did I mean, I would like to have seen some more struggle. Now,
It's
you
early.
know,
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's early. And do we think something go wrong? Yes, of course. And, what is the fault from that?
yeah.
But
Let's see
yeah,
if you're involved with the cartel with his one little measly lease.
yeah, wait till the cartel comes
Yeah.
and, kidnaps a baby.
Alita. Yeah, I think it's Alita. I don't remember. Yeah.
Well, it's either Alita, or you're thinking of the high school Lato that she went to until she transferred to whatever, because
I'm
her
studying abroad.
daddy, yeah, studying abroad. It's so ridiculous. Everything that comes out of her mouth is like insane. Do you think there are people like that in the world? I
Absolutely.
mean,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping not, but
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
I mean, there's what three? I don't know what 3 billion people in the world. There's got to be one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. He's like, I already
She
bought
dumped
all
her
the
boyfriend because
uniforms and
he,
just the purple
yeah,
though. And it's just like, what?
she dumped her boyfriend because he went to junior college.
Yeah. He transferred to Blinn, and she was like, I'm out. I'm out.
But babe, I'm being Aggie in a couple years.
I'm gonna get
Uh,
it through the back way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
hilarious. Um, Great show. I'll miss John
yeah.
Hamm in
Gladys
it,
back.
but whew, it's gonna be a great ride. We're gonna get what, 8 episodes, something like that, maybe 10.
Yeah, I think last season was 10, maybe. So I'm hoping the same. But it's
Yeah,
definitely a wild ride.
yeah.
So more to come on that. We'll be there to talk about it each week, laugh, make jokes, and repeat one-liners.
Oh yeah. And Billy Bob Thornton is
And
just
this,
at just being the master shit talker that he is.
yeah, yeah. Oh
So
yeah,
there'll be
it's
more to laugh about.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
you been watching anything else other than the big three?
Landman, welcome to Derry. I'm only about halfway through the last episode, so you may have to talk about that a little bit. Um, the Chair Company, Pluribus, and yeah, I think that's it. I finally finished Invasion season 3. I think it was the finale of the series, because I can't imagine A, it continuing because no one watches it. B, like the third season was kind of terrible, and most people thought the first and second season were bad, but I liked it. Um,
I was curious
but
how that show was going. Yeah, I mean, it's on my list. Yeah.
first season was great. I loved the first season. Second season kind of tailed off, and the third season was just kind of whack. But I mean, I got through it. So, um, but yeah, I think that's basically it so far. I keep trying to watch some other stuff that's out there, like Down Cemetery Road, and that you're watching, but I haven't been able to kind of find the time yet. So, what about you?
Yeah, no, Down Cemetery Road. That's a good light watch. It's kind of like Slow Horses. It's not too deep, but it's got
Yeah,
just enough pace to keep it going. DMV. That's a fun cable TV show to watch. The Last Frontier, which is also another Apple TV show.
yeah,
I find myself, Jackie and I both are just like trudging through it. We're like, oh my God, there's another episode. All right, let's just power through and get it over with. Not a bad show. There's just too much going on for like
yeah.
one season. It's really weird. Maybe some
Is that the
miscast
one with
because
the plane and the
yeah,
prisoners or whatever?
it's basically like The Fugitive with uh uh not The Fugitive, but it's
Oh
the
yeah,
same vein with
yeah.
Tommy Lee and Robert Downey Jr. and then Wesley Snipes.
Or what about the one Con Air? Is it like Con Air as
Kind of like
well?
Yeah, it kind of starts like Con Air too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like some of the
Okay.
baddest dudes are on the same plane, crashes in
Yeah.
Alaska, but then add like CIA stuff on top of it, and then like
Okay.
some personal past stuff. It's a lot. I don't know. It's got like four more episodes. I can't wait till it's over. I don't think it's going to get picked up for a season two.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
just I haven't been watching it. So I mean, every time after I finish a show on Apple TV, it automatically pops up for it to start, and I like stop it and then just
yeah,
go.
yeah.
So,
You're probably not missing much. I just enjoy Jason Clarke, the main guy, and then a sprinkling of Johnny Knoxville in like one episode. He plays a
oh
convict.
yeah.
I enjoy a good
Okay.
Johnny Knoxville appearance. Yeah, but
Nice.
other than that, I just finished season two of The Sopranos. I'm on to season three. I'm slowly churning through that. Uh, I was running out of stuff that drew my attention, so I started watching Star Trek: The Original Series on Paramount just for fun, and I can't believe that was on TV. It's super dated, but man, I love it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, outside of that, Welcome to Derry, The Chair Company, and Pluribus, and we can start wherever you want with one of those three bad boys.
Yeah, so let's maybe welcome to Derry, just
Yeah,
a 2 minute thing on the last episode because I've only 20 minutes in.
yeah.
So um thoughts on thoughts on the last episode and how it's progressing.
I really like how it's progressing more toward The Shining, with
Yeah,
like the ability to shine and like read minds and the connection to
yeah,
the paranormal and things like that with Holleran. Um, because like yeah, I think the last episode we talked about like how, or the last episode we found out the general like lived in Derry and he
yeah,
gave Holleran the slingshot to try to connect with whatever they were looking for, and then it turns out like Pennywise sees him more than he sees it, and how
yeah,
it's confined to this like forest by the Native Americans, and it really does feed off of people's fear. I really like how they're leaning into that with the Native American spirituality and how some stories are to teach us lessons and some stories are real. And
yeah,
as that episode goes along, we see how real it is and how they took steps to try to prevent this thing from escaping. And I think that's where the show is ultimately going to go. Is they're going to screw up and they're going to have to stop it, and that'll lead into the movies. But man, I love it. It's freaky. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
It's always one major like gore scene per episode, and I if you made it that far to see glasses chick have her eyes turn into slug eyes.
Not yet. So,
Oh my God,
all right,
AF, yeah. So get ready for that.
all right. Yeah, and I forgot last week was the kind of background story of the general week because we didn't pod last week. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a good background to see him and then the Native American lady, and then kind of, you know, with the forest and then well, no, that was the week before, right? We
in the
talked about that one. And
cemetery.
then
Yeah,
the last week in the cemetery, and they took the pictures, and
yeah,
that we saw the introduction of Pennywise, basically with
yeah,
the eye, with the picture of him in the cemetery. And then, of course, what I made through this week is they go to the cops, and guess what's not on the pictures whenever they get there.
yeah. Which
But
love it. Yeah, you knew something was
yeah,
going to have to happen. Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
it's
yeah,
a freaky show.
yeah, no one really talks about horror much, on a week to week basis. I mean,
Yeah,
I think like in a true horror sense, like Stephen King or any kind of you know horror, it may be horror adjacent, like Stranger Things, because that's
yeah. Yeah,
which takes a lot from
who's
Stephen King
talking
as we
about
talked about.
American
But
Horror Story on a week to week?
yeah, I mean, I watched it. I haven't. Except I only made it through half the last one with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, it's maybe more, niche, but there's
And
not.
it is a little bit more palatable to talk about because it is connecting a lot of the Stephen King verse, right? With
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Shining and the Shawshank and all that stuff, which love that they keep talking about Shawshank. Um,
yeah. It said it in the beginning of this episode. It's like they're gonna send my dad to Shawshank.
yeah. And how like yeah,
Uh,
it'd be really cool if we got to see like an Andy Dufresne like nod or like
yeah,
man,
yeah,
like oh it'd be so good. Yeah.
yeah. He gets up there, and oh man, that'd be
His like
great if
cell
Morgan
neighbor is
Freeman
like
and
Andy Dufresne.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Tim
Sick.
Robbins.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
Yeah, I would highly recommend
yeah.
anybody, even if you're not a horror fan. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I think both of us are not terribly into horror, but Stephen King kind of picks at that and kind of draws us in. So yeah, recommend it. Definitely careful how you watch it because it can get pretty out there. But yeah, really looking forward to where the show's going. Oh yeah.
Cool.
After that, I did finish Death by Lightning, which was about the murder of James Garfield or assassination.
Oh, I haven't even started that. Okay.
Yeah. So like Michael Shannon plays James Garfield, Matthew
Yeah.
McFadden plays Charles Guiteau. Man, it's a great show about political violence and like that. Like Lincoln got assassinated, and then Garfield got assassinated, and then like 10 years later, like McKinley's assassinated. So like this huge era of like political violence. But
Yeah.
the woman that played Garfield's wife, Betty Gilpin,
Oh
she'll
yeah.
probably get an Emmy nod out of it. I mean, she was incredible.
Yeah,
Um,
Betty Copen's great.
yeah,
And you mean there's political violence in the past,
yeah,
not
right.
just now?
Yeah. They like to wash over it in the history books, but it seems like every 10, 15 years there's something happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nick Offerman plays Chester A. Arthur, who was vice president and then becomes president after Garfield's killed, and he's just hilarious. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
drunken bastard. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah,
All
that
right,
was Death
that's
by
on the
Lightning.
list. I
Yeah,
forgot. I kept thinking there's something on Netflix that I was gonna watch.
that's a quick one. 4 episodes. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Um, you want to talk
You
Cherry
want to,
or Pluribus?
yeah, let's talk chair company for like a few minutes because I
Yeah.
need to wax poetically on Pluribus.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, chair company, uh, I, it's insane.
Where do I
I
start?
mean, yeah, I don't know. It's funny, I was reading something that it's like been getting really good ratings, which I'm like super happy about because I always like Tim
Yeah.
Robinson's comedy. But this is not like a typical comedy, but I think what it does well is it relates to kind of in society now where we have access to all this information, we go down all these rabbit holes and we think everything's a conspiracy. Um, and we follow these threads and it turns out to be like, you know, nothing. And you're like, we went through all this shit. I mean, just this last episode, right? you know, it leaves the whole, it shows someone like basically breaking into the construction site and, you know, um, Ron's getting, Frostberg's getting all these like calls saying like, I think we're going to do something to you or,
Yeah.
like, and then, it shows people breaking in and then they go out to the site and it's like RC car people like doing something like it's trying to crawl down this homemade ramp. It's like it almost made it to the end. It's like
They're like,
literally,
hold on, like
yeah, hold on, man, hold on. Like it, I mean, and that leads in that scene ends up, Ron pushing his boss Jeff and running
oh
off
yeah,
and going to a cop hop in Delaware City, Ohio, to find records of I forget what the records are, but a cop hop on like a Sunday or
yeah.
something. Like,
It's like the
so
most
do you,
random stuff.
do you think there were cops or people dressed up as cops?
Oh, definitely people dressed up as cops, knowing how like Tim Robinson goes. Like they're
Yeah.
definitely not real. Like it was a costume party and they just called it the cop hop. Like
Yeah.
it's a really unusual show in terms of story development, progression, characters. I mean, Tim Robinson pulls in things that are funny yet awkward. I mean,
Hmm.
last week's episode when he's at the bar and the guy's like about to put his elbow in the soup and he's like, "Oh, watch out, dude! Don't get your elbow in the soup." And then like 5 minutes later, he's like banging his elbow in the soup. and then like trying to fight Ron, and he's got like a dent in his like skull,
Yeah.
and Ron like hits him there. It's awkward but funny as like all get out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, yeah, we didn't talk about last week's episode, and that was probably one of the craziest episodes of TV I've ever seen.
they
Um,
find the fake CEO who's like just does low budget stuff, and he's like really into doing coke, and then they have to wind up chasing this coke dealer for an iPad. And like Ron like has a choice to go between two rooms, and he goes into one, and it turns out it's like a guy having an affair with like his like secretary, but you don't even know who they are. And then he pulls a
yeah,
gun on Ron and like makes Ron kiss her on camera. Like it's
yeah.
the most out of left field shit I've ever seen, but can't stop laughing.
I couldn't imagine like Zach Cannon and Tim, in the team, like in the writers' room, writing this show, and
Yeah,
it's just, it's almost like, are we just going to keep pulling these strings until uh something happens,
yeah,
until we get to like the most absurd thing, and then we find that it's, oh, not a big deal.
yeah,
And then the end of the episode this week, we get, when Ron's in getting the files, or trying to get the files, and he gets confronted and knocks, does the old like knock the papers out of the hand and run. He goes into a room with just like
cheers.
all chairs.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like, I mean, it's, and you start thinking about that logically, it's like, okay, well, maybe they have, it's a city council room where they store extra chairs in here when it's not in use. But it's the smile on his face is like me watching Landman,
yeah,
where he just discovered, you know, what he was looking for. And I think everything in the show is designed to throw you off.
yeah. Well, like
And
first he was saying it was like drugs were coming in because the guy's on the board or whatever, and then
yeah,
turns out that guy's not even on the board of anything. But
yeah,
then like the bugs turn up, and then turns out like the bugs are coming from like they're like based at it like the bugs are native to like
Hungry.
Budapest, Hungary or whatever.
Yeah,
That's where the chairs are coming from, and it's just like what the yeah, it's I have
yeah,
no idea where the show's going except I want more of like the Jeep Tour stuff.
yeah, yeah. So a little more background on what happened at the Jeep tours, and like, yeah, I've seen some theories on Reddit. Is he in a coma? Did he get injured in the Jeep? Is this just a dream? Um, is he in a mental? Yeah, but I think it's got to be real. I think it's more of just, it's like an allegory for society nowadays. And I mean, I do it all the time. I go down these rabbit holes and try to reinforce kind of my curiosity or my belief. And then when you get so far down, then you say it to somebody else, then you realize, oh shit, okay, that's not,
Yeah,
maybe I
that's
need to
not real.
recalibrate here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's just a weird show. It's so relatable in the fact that A, like the random things he gets into in his daily life on top of pulling these strings. I mean, like Jim Downey is like the guy with bubbles who's like in a wheelchair now.
yeah.
Well, apparently he's in the wheelchair as long as he decides he's in a
As long
wheelchair.
as he, as long as he decides. When he said that, I was like, it's
Like
just
what?
so. And then, and then the outside HR council is like built, like put a recliner in a bookcase and invited his parents by to meet people. Like
They wanted to see where I work, and it's like, what the fuck?
it's insane. But
And they're like watching him have lunch with the chick that he accidentally upskirted, and he's just like, "Are we done here?" Like,
well, and you see that there may be something. I mean, all these little actions by people, including the lady he upskirted from high school, the Jim Downey character, um, basically it was secretary, Jeff, the CEO, Mike, even. there's any of these his daughter, his daughter's future wife, the
Sarah.
son,
Yeah.
any of these people could be pranking Trosper.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh, and
what the
then
beauty of every little subtle look or every little,
side conversation they're
yeah,
having. Yeah, like
yeah,
Tara was having a conversation with his son, and they were like, "Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it." And it's like,
yeah.
what? Yeah.
And then the son is working on a school project with like like an old long hair hippie guy. Like, I
What's he
mean, they got to
doing
be
at like 3 o'clock in the morning?
yeah, they got to be down there like getting high or doing drugs or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, and it has one of the funniest moments, and then we got to move on to Pluribus, but was at his son's birthday party, and like they want him to do the Pee Wee Herman dance, and he wouldn't, and then it leads to his son's drinking, and then the son pukes on the cake, and that guy just grabs the cake and puts it on his puke. Like what?
It's all right, guys. I covered it up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, the whole thing
it's
with his boss, like at the retreat, and how it's like
yeah,
the cabal of like money of like move makers, and how he's like not happy with just designing blocks, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so weird. But yeah, Mike wanting to show up to like Ron's son's birthday, and he's got the box. Which what was in it again? It was
A chocolate gorilla.
that he's had for years.
Someone on Reddit like found that it's like $110. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And I love he just wrapped it in newspaper, and then Ron just threw it in the closet. So great. Oh my
And a
god.
great, it's as much as the show is corny, it really it's showing like how disconnected he is with from his kids or wife because of work and all these other distractions. And you see the prior relationship, and you have a feeling that this has happened multiple times,
Yeah.
and each time you know and like this is the everybody's like fed up with it this time, like but yeah,
It's
it's
weird.
super
I love it.
intriguing and weird and
Yeah.
funny.
We've got 2 episodes left. Where they go from here, I don't know. I just can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of can't wait every week, um, Pluribus.
Hit me with it. Give me one word to describe this show.
I can't remember the word that I sent you, so I'm just gonna go off the cuff here, but I would say mm, thoughtful.
Okay.
Because I'd say thoughtful in the fact that it takes this topic that will never happen in real life, or I mean, if it happened, it'd be out of the ordinary. And I spend a lot of time, you spend time thinking about how you would react, and if what happens in the show, whatever, this is a virus or um aliens or whatever. That's basically, so we haven't talked about Pluribus yet, but 3 episodes in, and it basically is Rhea Seahorn survives this kind of virus, this happiness virus that there's a long kind of explanation in the beginning of the first episode,
Yep.
research and all this, and then um, but she's one of like 13 people at least that are known that haven't been affected by it, and the survivors are basically one happiness hive mind,
Yep.
and they all share a brain. So like, you know,
Memories
you
from
have
other
like
people.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, and so they're trying to develop. a way to make the 13 left into these happiness zombies. And, you get a really good sense from in episode 2, she meets with some of, I think, 5 of the 6 of the survivors and their family.
Only the English
And
speakers. Yeah.
yeah, the English speakers. And like some of them want to turn into the happiness zombies.
She's
And
like the
she's
only
like,
one that's
why?
like
Yeah.
hesitant. Everybody's like, yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your one word to describe it?
Disturbing.
Yeah, that's a really great word.
It's
So disturbing and thoughtful.
yeah. It's a great show, great concept. I can't believe Vince Gilligan had this in him. Or was able to find this idea. Whatever he did.
Yeah.
It's to go from Breaking Bad to this is incredible. But yeah, for me as a science guy, I love the first episode seeing how they get this message from space and then they figure out it's genetic coding or whatever for a virus or whatever,
Hmm.
which turns out to be this happiness virus where it basically turns everybody into zombies, robots almost, that are all connected but to one mindset, but for like the betterment of humanity. So imagine taking a person from Black Mirror who's experienced only like the worst of life, who's like not happy, and put them in
Hmm.
a what I've heard of a white mirror episode where everything good in
Mm.
life happens.
Yeah.
And she's like the least happiest person on earth and can't understand why everybody wants to join this like hive mind where they
Yeah.
have like no free will. It's really
Yeah.
intriguing type show.
Yeah. And and in contrast, the people that aren't in there, can they have basically personal assistants from the hive mind,
Yeah.
or can summon them at their beck and call, and they have free run to do whatever they want, because those people don't want to say no.
Yeah, they can't say no. They
Yeah.
don't want to say no. They don't want to let people down, which will ultimately
Yeah.
probably be the crux of their their takeover. But I love how she's figuring out that she can make them do whatever she wants, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Because the rich guy, I can't remember his name, starts with a K. It's like Hammurabi. Like they all fly to
Oh
meet
yeah.
all the English speakers. And like he's like, I want to fly in Air Force One. Like he shows up in Air Force One
Yeah.
and he's got like just like this group of chicks that he's like obviously with, and they're all a part of the hive mind. Um, and then like in the last episode, she finds out like she asks for a grenade, and they actually give her a live grenade, and like how
Yeah.
far are these people willing to go to make her happy? It's ultimately like to the detriment of the hive mind. Um, they don't have any free will; they just want to make people happy. But
Yeah.
it's an intriguing show. I was holding off of watching it, and then we decided to do it on the pod, and I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough water to quench my thirst for the show.
Yeah, and I think it's like episode 3, half of the show is her wanting, her going to Sprouts,
Yeah,
and they're out of groceries,
they've cleared the
and
store in order to
to
have enough supplies for everybody,
efficiency, and so,
and it's
you
it's
know,
not like yeah they're allocating right, and she's like yeah I want my sprouts back, and
yeah,
immediately like all these trucks show up and people start unloading and like it's all to please her. It's such a like weird thing to think about, having
yeah,
everything at your beck and call. And then they just leave everything in the sprouts for if she wants to come back. Obviously they'll rotate produce, which is crazy, but uh I
yeah. Well, and just the beauty, um, the beauty of that scene too is just them calling, or her getting, I forget her assistant's name,
yeah,
or her S- Zoza, or Zoza, yeah.
those are
And
yeah.
she calls, and then you see just people showing up, trucks, and it's just like kind of, it's methodical and kind of hypnotizing watching. And you're looking at her face and you're thinking yourself, like, how are they doing this? And um,
As a logistics guy, I
yeah.
love
So,
to see all the trucks
yeah,
roll in ready.
yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah.
but they would have already had to be moving.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. They couldn't have done this. Like they
Yeah,
would have needed like 7 day lead time and blah blah blah. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what the
It's at least a 45
uh
minute, drive from the distribution warehouse where they're storing all the food. There's no way they're rolling up
yeah,
within 2 minutes. Yeah. Uh,
yeah.
I
But
thought she was
it's
going to go to Vegas with him, but at the end of the
that's
second episode.
yeah,
So like they decide like she wants to go back home and um Kemarabi, whatever his name is, I'm gonna butcher it.
yeah,
It's like taking Air Force One to Vegas. He wants to take Zoja with him, and Carol like changes her mind, gets out of the plane, and stops Air Force One. You think she's going to Vegas, which would have been amazing to me,
yeah,
if he's done that. But she actually just wanted Zoja to go back home with her. So there's that.
yeah. Well, and that's yeah, that's I thought the same thing as you. As soon as like she what stopped ran in front of the plane, that she was like, "I'll go to Vegas," or "Let me see where this takes me." But yeah, so it's just I mean, one thing the Vince Gilligan does well is like these kind of long opening shots. He's very, it has the same kind of aesthetic feel as Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And, it almost seems in that world vein, right? It could take place in that same world, but um, that'd be funny if it was like somehow connected to, we get back and it's like, um, at the end of like 4 seasons, it leads into like, um, or no, it's like it flashes back maybe before, and we see like she's like Walter White's cousin,
Oh,
or
she's hired
something.
like
I mean,
Saul Goodman as like her attorney for something. Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it would be interesting to see if they put in that same vein. So, I mean, I don't know how many episodes we're gonna get. Um, I'm assuming 8 to 10,
We're getting nine.
in
Yeah.
nine. All right. So what do we think? Is this isn't a limited series, is it?
I don't know. I can't, as popular as it is, I bet it's not. I bet they went,
Yeah,
oh, let's not make it a limited series. Maybe we get something from somebody else's point of view, but I doubt they'll do one season. Um,
yeah,
Let me get your take on this.
yeah,
The world ends. Everybody's a zombie. Happiness. You're an outlier. Do you
yeah.
handle everything the same way she handles it?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um,
Granted, our main character is a fantasy novel author who's doing a book tour, who's very dissatisfied with life, who probably has a drinking problem. If I'm
yeah,
in his shoes, I'm probably not asking the questions that my logistician mind would ask. Because right off the bat, like if I'm joining this happiness cult, what is their end game? Where are we going with all this? To
yeah,
survive, or are we going to another planet to take over that planet? That's a whole different
yeah.
story.
Well, I think for me, I would kind of, this show reminds me too of Last Man on Earth
Mm,
with Will Forte.
yeah,
Well, yeah, Will Forte. And did you ever watch that show?
a little bits, not the whole thing.
Yeah, so basically he's like the last man on Earth after, something killed everybody, but he finds other survivors. But he basically, you know, drives around and finds like big mansions and lives in the White House for a little bit and all this stuff. So like, I mean, she knows now she can get anything she wants at a drop of the hat. You basically have your own personal assistant and access to whatever resources you want. I think I would probably over index and utilize anything I could. But eventually, you know, if you lose whatever they said, like 800 million people died or something like that overall, there, you're going to run out of food, you're going to run out of resources, you don't have enough people to do all this. So do
Yeah,
you,
unless you're having people go work the fields. and
Yeah,
working farms. Yeah,
but even, I mean, I guess you could have enough to sustain, and everybody has access to all the knowledge based in the world. So, I mean, I would, because you think if it got everybody, you're either like it's going to get you eventually, or you're going to be immune, like the girl in The Last of Us, Ellie.
yeah.
So it's or do do the folks like other folks like her like they want to try to develop a cure for this virus now since everybody has and like if she I'm wondering you think about that is she going to ask for okay, I want to find a cure for humanity to go back to individual thinking, and they haven't said no. Are they going to appease that? And so, I mean, I think the show uh, can pretty much go any direction, and I think that's intriguing. Um, how would you handle it if you were her in this situation?
Yeah, well, first, I'd have a lot of questions because they can only answer honestly. Area 51,
Yeah,
JFK.
yeah,
I
yeah,
got some questions.
yeah.
After that,
Epstein list.
yeah, Epstein list. It's right up there. Pizza
Yeah,
Cabal in New Jersey. It's all on.
yeah,
I've got a
yeah,
list.
yeah.
After that, right? You want me to join
Did
this
they ever
cult?
find the beef? Where's the beef? Did they
Yeah,
ever find it?
where's the beef lady? Did
Oh,
she ever find the beef?
yeah,
Uh,
where is the beef?
yeah. Um, yeah, then it would be okay if you want me to join this cult. I mean, what's our end game? She's not asking like
Yeah,
what their ultimate goal is. If it's just
yeah,
to survive, that's one thing. I mean, yeah, we you lose your humanity. Um, there's the question of if you're still yourself or not, because it is a hive mind. Like they had some circus popcorn vendor chick fly in the airplane when they first flew her out to Norway or wherever it was.
yeah.
Anybody is capable of doing anything. I like that aspect. Um, but what's the end goal here? Are we waiting for are we waiting for the masters to come from the next star over because this is the red carpet to get us to be compliant? That would ultimately be my question. And then I think that the show will I think it would be cool if she winds up being like the only non culted person in the world, and she basically becomes like a zoo attraction.
Yeah.
Like you live your life,
Well,
but like people are gonna watch you.
yeah, and like why do they need these last 12 or 13 people to be a part of this? Do they need the collective of what's left, like you said, to move on to take over the next? Are they building an army or like
You have to also
they're
look at it from like bacterial virus style. Like it will just recreate and take over the next host just because it has to. They
yeah,
may not have been in goal. Their end goal is just survival. So in order to survive, they have to take everybody. The question after that is there a larger purpose? But going at it from a scientific biological standpoint, their only goal is to 100% infiltrate. Even though they lost
mhm,
almost a billion people, um, that's pretty crazy. So it's an interesting show about humanity, free choice, free will, um,
yeah,
and what's best for the human race,
yeah,
the planet. I mean, because we saw
yeah,
that they were shutting off power to, you know, prioritize it to more, necessary locations. What locations is the next question.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
uh, and they just shut off Albuquerque and left her place running. Super weird. But that's my
yeah,
thing. What she's not asking the question. What do you guys do? What's your goal? And that would be my first question after
yeah. That's a good
JFK
that's a
and
good
the
point.
Epstein files.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point because she's not asking. And I mean, I think, with her kind of how she's negative or
Yeah,
her kind of personality. And two, it's about, maybe she's a bit selfish and it's about her. So um she's not wondering. I mean, that's, you know, I didn't even think of that point because maybe I'm selfish there too. But yeah, and you want to be like, why are you? trying to convert me? Where are you diverting the power? What's your end goal once I'm converted? Because you're going to figure it out eventually, having all this knowledge in the world. So,
Yeah, we
yeah, I
know the
think those are
signal
all great
came
questions.
like from a long way off in space, and maybe it's because we're destroying the planet. They get everybody to fix the planet, and then ultimately that race of species and infected with the virus just kill themselves, and the planet gets to live beyond them.
Yeah,
This show could go any direction, and that's what I love about it.
yeah, for sure. It's a
Um,
great show that I didn't even have on my radar, so that's really, really
Same,
been exciting to
yeah,
explore. Yeah, you and I haven't brought that up
no,
at all. So
and
Apple
the
TV needs
woman
to do a
playing,
better job
yeah, they
of
need to
promoting
do,
their shit.
yeah, marketing. I mean, my gosh, um, it's got the same marketing as Tokyo Vice, right out of left field, and then they don't talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
none.
yeah, Rhea Seahorn is just amazing as Carol Sturka. Um,
Yeah,
she's killing it. So good for her. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Great show. Can't wait to see where it ends up and how it goes. But I mean, you could talk about the show much, much more. But I
Yeah.
think you know, next week we could probably dive in a little more deeper on episode 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Interesting show. I think Apple has got another hot ticket on their hands. Severance, Ted Lasso. I think this is another winner for them. So good for Apple. They found another good project. Yeah, I got nothing else,
yeah,
man. There's so much TV going on.
yeah. And then Stranger Things is starting up in a week or two,
Yeah,
whatever. So
it's almost here.
November, right around Thanksgiving. So
Yep. But yeah.
yeah, more to the plate.
Yep. So
And
appreciate
that's going to
everybody
be
for.
because they release them all at the same time, right? On Netflix, or they,
It's going to be a three-part drop. Yeah.
okay.
So we'll get like two episodes, and 2 episodes. I think. Yeah.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah.
I need time to process that shit.
Yeah. I know.
So
Yeah.
each of those are
Landman
going to be like
is a
two and
once
a
a
half
week.
hours or whatever.
Is I'm going to savor
Yeah.
the flavor of Landman every week. Yeah. But
Amen.
yeah. Yeah, appreciate everybody for kicking it with us this week. Tune in next week. We'll be talking Share Company, It Welcome to Derry, Now Pluribus. There's a ton of stuff we're out there watching. So tune in next week. Check the podcast platforms, check the website, check the Insta. Appreciate everybody for kicking it with us. And as the individual known as Chuck likes to say,
Money.